Welcome everybody, I'm Chuck Rockage with Henley Construction, and I've got a person here
Hi, I'm Myron Alvarez with Henley Construction.
who's going to be my demonstration person now. We talked about the PFAS system, which is your harness, your anchor point, and your lanyard. We're going to cover the harness portion of this and how to put the harness on and why it's important to have a buddy system when you put that harness on to make sure that it's put on correctly to protect you in event of a fall. So we have a harness here. I'm going to hand this to Myron, and at first I'm going to let Myron put this on by himself, and then I will show you why it's important for the buddy system. So Myron's going to put that over his shoulders and hook up all of the clasps and attachments in the way that he thinks is correct. And then we will do the buddy system and we will see if it is or not. And we'll also have some talking points about why this is important. So Myron put on the chest strap, and now he's attaching the leg straps on his harness. First thing I want to tell you guys and gals, if you're wearing a harness and it feels good and it's comfortable and oh man, this is great, you don't have it on correct. Harnesses are not comfortable, but they are intended to protect you in case of a fall. So we need to make sure that it's put on correctly so that if you do happen to fall, that you are protected with the intent from the manufacturer. Okay, so Myron has his harness on now. Now we're going to talk about the harness in the correct way that it should be positioned on your body, and the reason that the buddy system is important. So this is a chest strap. This chest strap is like a seat belt in the car. If you were to fall, this is what's going to help hold you in this harness. When you fall, you're not just hanging there like this. When you fall, you're actually kind of like Superman getting ready to fly, okay? So this chest strap needs to go across the chest. If it is up here and you fall, it's going to come across the neck and it's going to choke you. If it's down around your belly and you fall, you're going to slide out of this, and as you're leaning forward, you're going to keep right on going and dive down to the lower level, which we don't want to happen. So we want this to work in the way that it's designed. So the chest strap, what I like to tell people is, no matter your physical fitness, your armpits always stay in the same location. A lot of people call this the nipple strap. Nipples over time or on different people can be in different locations. So if we take our thumbs and put them into our armpits like we're doing the chicken dance, and we bring our fingers straight across and touch, that is where your chest strap should be. So he's pretty good there based on where his armpit, now come up to the armpit and then come across. Yep, so you see he's good there, he's pointing across. So this is a good location of this. We want to make sure that this isn't going to pull apart. So we're pretty close on where this should be. Straps are going to stay right there where they should. So he did a good job on this portion of it. Now, we want to talk about our leg straps, which are going to hold us in. You hear a lot in the industry to take 2 fingers and push them in the straps, and if you can just get your 2 fingers in there, that okay, it's good. I want to tell you that I'm not going to support that educational process there. I'm going to tell you to take both of your hands and make them flat, slide them through to where the strap is above your hand on your wrist, make a fist, and you shouldn't really be able to pull that out. If you can pull that out easily, it's not tight enough. If you can't push your hand down in, it's too tight. Why that is important is when you're hanging, your femoral artery runs down the inside of your leg. That is what's going to hold the pressure. So you want that to be the correct pressure there to hold you in the harness, and you don't want it too tight where it pinches that artery off to stop the blood flow to your legs. Some of the harnesses have trauma straps on them. This harness does not, but basically what those are is a loop, either a stirrup off of each hip or one continuous webbing that goes from hip to hip. And when you do fall, you deploy those trauma straps and you put your feet into them and you stand up on them to take the pressure off of your femoral artery to prevent stoppage of blood flow through your body. So he adjusted these a little bit. Now they're to the correct tension for him, we'll say. What I want you to pay attention to here is his pockets. Cardinal sin, an absolute do not do. We want nothing in our pockets when we wear a harness. I don't want coins, I don't want keys, I don't want a pocket knife, I don't care what it is. Other than the lint from the dryer, nothing in your pockets, because anything that's in there will not allow this strap to fit against the body the way it's supposed to. So whatever this is here is gonna press into him and cause different pressure on your body and cause damage or could cause injury. So every pocket needs to be empty. If you have to wear tools, we wear a tool belt on the outside of the harness to make sure that that doesn't happen. So we're pretty good here on the front. I want to turn around to the back. So Myron did a pretty good job of putting this on by himself, but the reason the buddy system is important is because if this looks like that, this will not operate the way it's intended. So the buddy system is to make sure that everything is not twisted, okay? And now Myron cannot tell where this D-ring is when he puts this on. This D-ring needs to be in the center of your shoulder blades. So we're in pretty good location here. Again, when you fall forward, this is gonna stretch. We talked about inspections. This is the impact area, that if this is deployed, we know that this has taken an impact and we need to throw it away. So we know that this is good. This is gonna stretch as he falls. If this is up here when he attaches to it and he falls, he's gonna go right through this harness. If it's down here, he's gonna fall backwards and fall out of the harness. So the reason that this needs to be in the center of the shoulder blades is so this works as intended by the manufacturer to protect you in case of a fall. We also want to make sure, and he already took everything out, we'll make sure there's nothing in his back pockets, because you can see here, if there was anything in this pocket, that pressure is going to be different than, it's not going to be equal pressure on that strap. All that pressure is going to go on that area and cause damage. This whole system is intended, I know I talked about the chest strap as the seat belt that holds you in the harness, but this whole harness is the seat belt that holds you in the seat during an accident in your car. So this is, if you fall, this is what's holding you, okay? This, if you fall in this, it's like being in a car accident and getting hit with a seatbelt. You're gonna be bruised, you're gonna be everything else, because all this is gonna really put pressure on that part of your body. So again, D-ring for the back in the shoulder blades. Make sure that the butt strap is coming down around the butt, and we checked nothing is twisted. Go ahead, turn back around, Myron. So we see nothing's twisted. He can see all this. Chest strap across the chest, which is straight across from your armpits. And then the straps on your legs, push your hands all the way through to your hands all up to your wrist, make a fist, and not be able to pull the fist back out. If you can't get your hands in too tight, if you can get them in and you can pull your fist out real easy, too loose. If this harness is comfortable, we're not wearing it correctly. Okay, so just a brief recap on that. The buddy system, to make sure that everything is positioned correctly and nothing is tangled. Chest strap goes across from the armpits on the chest here, leg straps and how to check those, and then D-ring on the back where it needs to be. Now, I'm gonna grab the lanyard real quick. I'm gonna tell Myron, here's the other reason the buddy system is important. Here, go ahead and hook that up. Turn with your back to the camera. So he's pretty good at doing that. A lot of people really struggle. So the buddy system's real nice to say, hey, Myron, you check this, we're good, you're attached, here you go. Now, one last thing I want to cover. So many times, this is a shorter lanyard, so this wouldn't be an issue on Myron, but so many times I see people do this, and then they walk. So as Myron takes a step, and this is longer and doesn't pay attention, go ahead and take a step, Myron. I now just hooked on a piece of rebar. That can throw his back out. That little bit of a niche of grabbing you can put a pinch or whatever into your back and we can have an injury, so we don't want that. What we want to do is take the strap and pull it up and put it through like this. So now it's protected, and let's just say it does grab something, it falls out and he realizes before he puts a kink or a niche into his back. Some of these are breakaways and you'll see people do this. Again, I don't like that because this is too loose. So I like to see people put this up through their chest strap and tuck that in there as they walk. And that way if it does, it's protected, or if it does get grabbed, it's gonna pull out before it causes any injury to you. So a brief recap on everything. We talked about the harness and why the buddy system is important to keep everything from being twisted. We'll make sure everything is on correctly. The chest strap's in the proper position, the leg straps are in the proper position, and then again, your D-ring in the center of your shoulder blades and in the center of your back to hold you in case of a fall, to make sure this works the way the manufacturer was intended. So thank you for your time.